This weekend is going to be Calm Day Classic wrap-up for 2025. I can't believe this year is already coming to a close. We had an amazing time, but most importantly, if you missed any Calm Days, you missed any Shinies, you didn't do any of the evolutions, guys, this is going to be the weekend for you. So we're going to go over my tips, everything that's going on during this weekend, and how to optimize this two-day event, Double Calm Day in Pokemon Go. So welcome to the Trader Club. Here we go! So on Saturday, December 6th and Sunday, December 7th, we are going to be having Calm Day, and that's going to be from 2 until 5 p.m. local time. Like I said, we are going to be able to get all of these Pokemon that we've had throughout the year, and we're going to be able to get their Shinies if you guys don't have them already. And if you did, maybe you guys can get a Shundo. Calm Day is a great time to get Shundos because of how high the rates are. There's going to be field researches based around all of these Pokemon, and most importantly, the bonuses are great as well, which are going to include increased spawns, 2 times catch XP, 2 times Stardust for catching, half incubator distance. So I know they're not quite as good as the individual Calm Days, but adding all 3 on top of each other is a great time. So right off the bat, guys, 12 kilometer eggs, 100%. If you can do it for both days on half the distance as soon as the event starts, put on a star piece, you're gonna get a lot of good stuff. You're getting a ton of Stardust on that. So you might as well use that strategy to add to your Stardust, especially if you're grinding one of the levels to get the million Stardust. Additionally, 2 times catch candy, 2 times the likelihood of getting XL candy from catching Pokemon for trainers level, I was gonna say 31, but now I'm not really sure what level that is anymore. So we'll just say for a little bit more advanced trainers, which should be pretty much everybody here. 3-hour incenses, 1-hour lure modules, 1 additional special trade for a grand total of 3, and finale of 50% less Stardust. So over 2 days, I don't know if they're still doing trade Sundays. I hope they are. I like that day. I like the boosted odds. I think it's a great day. So if they are doing that, guys, this would be a great day on Sunday to be able to get 50% reduction. If they're still doing trade Sundays, I believe that would make it 4 trades, which would be crazy. I think that this is a great thing for them to keep in the game, having boosted lucky odds, saving some of your Pokemon through the weeks, and then you guys can trade on Sunday. So if that's the case, that will be 4 on Sunday if they keep that going. I don't know if they did or didn't. I didn't see anything in there. So if you guys did see something, drop in the comments and let me know. You guys can jump to the comments and see. And if you guys do need any specific type of Pokemon that you want to trade for, a shiny legend that you don't have, these days are the best. I would say to wait until you're a best friend, because that would only be 20,000 Stardust, which is still a little bit of Stardust, but it's much less than so many more. So that is a great way to wait, to be patient, and patience pays off in Pokemon Go, and capitalize. And there's going to be EVs featured as well. So guys, just as a reminder, there's going to be reduced requirements for evolutions. So for Umbreon and Espeon, you put it as your buddy, you walk a kilometer. You guys can pre-walk these early if you want, but I mean, 1 kilometer is really not that much, so I don't think you really need to do this. However, for the Espeon, it has to be your buddy after that walked 1 kilometer and then evolve during the daytime. And the Umbreon has to walk that kilometer as your buddy, is your current buddy, and then you evolve it at nighttime. So make sure that that's going on, and you'll check the silhouettes in the evolutions, and if you've done it right, it will show the silhouette of what evolution it will be evolving into. Also, during these days, you would consider putting glacial lures out there as well as mossy lures so you can evolve into, it doesn't have to be a ton, it could be just 1, the Leafeon as well as the Glaceon. Sylveon is all you have to do is earn 7 hearts with Eevee as your buddy. Floette into Florges, 7 hearts with the Floette as your buddy. And Palmo is all you have to do is explore 1 kilometer as your buddy. So please make sure to take advantage of these, because these are significantly reduced, make it so much easier. So just do these during the Calm Days and make sure you capitalize. And there's going to be showcases. There are the projected showcases for Saturday and Sunday, and these are not confirmed as of right now. And then there's going to be different spawns on Saturday and different spawns on Sunday. Some of you guys may not like certain spawns. That's fine. Well, here's the thing, guys. Use these Calm Days not only as to get these Pokemon, I want you to never have to catch any of these Pokemon again. So if there's Pokemon in here that I'm going to point out to make sure to use a matching Mega Level 3, I'll also point that out. But additionally speaking, go out there and play really hard. If you don't care about any of these Pokemon, just go out there and catch with a star piece and a lucky Aegon, and you guys are going to do tremendous with that category as far as XP and dust gains. We can always use a little bit more of that. On Saturday, we're featuring Vanillite, Karrablast, Shelmet, Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and Palmy. So for me personally, I'm speaking here, I don't really care much about any of these spawns personally. However, some of you guys might. I don't see a ton of use, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to play for specific bonuses. And on Sunday, we're going to get Solosis, we're going to get Flabébé, depending on which place you're in, Pick-a-Peck, Jangmo-o, Rookidee, and Quaxley. So for here, instantaneously, I am looking at the Rookidee as well as the Jangmo-o. Okay, so those two Pokemon are Pokemon that I really enjoy. So please, if you want to use a dragon, that would be great. You could use Rayquaza, and Rayquaza as a Mega Level 3 will cover Dragon, Flying, and Psychic, which will be Solosis, Jangmo-o, as well as Rookidee and Pick-a-Peck. So that's a lot to cover with one. I would say that this day is for sure the better spawns. Personally, I know I'm just not really that generation for Saturday. Starters are just not really my favorite, but hey, maybe you guys will want those. Maybe they are your favorite, but also remember that they're releasing tons of megas right now. Unfortunately, none of the megas here are matched up, but eventually some of these Pokemon could have megas, so having the candy and being prepared is always at the top priority, because remember, being proactive is way better than being reactive in Pokemon Go. And the last 10 minutes of each day will feature Machop, Eevee, Totodile, and Ralts. And on Sunday, white and orange flower Flabébé could be encountered as well. So for the last 10 minutes of every hour, which totals a grand total of 30 minutes, I'm lukewarm about this. Guys, here's the thing. If you find a shiny and you don't really care about that shiny and you're willing to chance it over, what you could do, let's say you find a shiny at 245. Potentially it could despawn at 250, but if it doesn't, you could sit on it, wait until that minute switches over. Once that switches over, the spawn will change into one of these other Pokemon. However, if it's one of them that you don't really want, that's just unfortunate. But at the same time, this is a potential for you guys to be able to try to navigate through some of these shinies that you may potentially have too many of and are not interested in. And the paid research is going to include features with the Pokemon Community Days, 1 Elite Charge TM, 1 Elite Fast TM, 1 Rocket Radar, and more. If you guys do want to see all of these shiny encounters, you guys can scroll down on the list and pause to see what these shinies look like. And let's not forget about the moves. So Machop going into Machamp will get Payback, Eevee, Vaporeon, Scald, Jolteon, Zap Cannon, Flareon, Superpower, Espeon, Shadow Ball, Umbreon, Psychic, Leafeon, Bullet Seed, Glaceon, Water Pulse, Sylveon, Psyshock, Feraligatr with Hydro Cannon, Gardevoir with Synchronoise, Gallade with Synchronoise, Reuniclus, Charm, Vanilluxe, Avalanche, Escavalier, Razor Shell, Esselgore, Energy Ball, Florges, Chilling Water, Toucannon, Beak Blast, Como-o with Clanging Scales, Corviknight, Air Cutter, Meowscarada, Frenzy Plant, Skeledirge, Blast Burn, Quaquaval, Hydro Cannon, and Pawmot, Brick Break. So the whole weekend should be able to evolve to be able to get those moves on those Pokemon. So here's the thing, guys. Get out there, play hard, enjoy yourself, check as many of the field research tasks as possible. I hope that they change over every hour, but I can't guarantee that that's gonna happen. I'm just gonna expect that it doesn't. So for me personally, I'm gonna navigate through all of the Pokestops that I possibly can, get all of them done, complete all of the research, because that is where you have the best chance of getting Shundos in the game. And I haven't seen anywhere that's saying anything about a background for the celebration, but last year we did get one, and I'm expecting that we probably will get a secret background if it's not already exposed, and I'm just not seeing it here as well. So that's the goal. After you complete all the research, get into an area that has lures and Pokestops. It could be a circle, an oval, a square, somewhere that goes around and around. That could be big or small, it doesn't matter. And if you have to play inside, play inside. So here's the thing, if you're playing inside in a small area that has little Pokestops, please use premium lure modules. They're gonna spawn more Pokemon. If you're in a bigger area, the premium lure modules are not as important, because it doesn't really matter so much, because you're not gonna be able to make that loop by the time that extra spawn happens. So get out there, guys, enjoy yourself, have fun, catch a lot, hit those excellent throws, because that is going to do with the skip animation trick to help you maximize the most on catches, Stardust, and more. And maybe you want some great balls during this day, probably not Ultra Balls, because the catch chances are already improved. So thank you guys for being here, love you guys, I appreciate you guys, I'm gonna see you out on the next video. Peace.